Two are charged with forcing 8 women into what the sheriff calls modern-day slavery. He says they were imprisoned in 2 small rooms and forced into prostitution. Authorities tonight calling this one of the worst cases of human trafficking they've ever seen. Fox 13's Lloyd Sowers is on it for us, live at the sheriff's office in Hillsborough County. Hi there, Lloyd. All these victims, we're told, are from Cuba, right?
That's right, Mark. 8 women between the ages of 18 and 24 who the sheriff says were forced into stripping and prostitution to repay the human traffickers who smuggled them into this country. Deputies confiscated a stolen gun, cash, and condoms. They say 2 small bedrooms became a prison for the 8 victims of human trafficking who were only let out to work.
They were first forced to work in various adult entertainment clubs in Hillsborough and Pinellas County, and that they were never allowed to leave the home without an escort.
Authorities say Amet Ramon Maquera de la Cal and Rosalia Leonard Garcia were part of a scheme to charge the women $60,000 apiece to get out of Cuba and across the Mexican border, after which they had to repay that debt to the captors.
This is one of the worst trafficking cases that I have seen.
Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody blasted U.S. border policy.
These horrific acts of sex trafficking are a direct result of the crisis we are experiencing at the border.
Deputies say while the women were held here, the captors also threatened to harm their family if they didn't comply. Finally, it was a tip from the public that allowed the sheriff's office to break the case.
Within the span of just a few days, we've rescued 8 women.
They were rescued last Thursday at a mall where deputies learned one of their captors took them for supplies. Authorities say it was that tip from a member of the public that finally freed them from their imprisonment.
And in this case, I am extraordinarily proud of the brave, courageous 8 women who lived through hell for months.
The sheriff says those women were getting medical attention and they are safe tonight. And Mark, their long imprisonment is over. It will be up to federal authorities now to decide whether they will have to go back to Cuba or to remain in this country, Mark.
It's just amazing how common, sadly, this seems to be. But sounds like good news, at least with these arrests. Lloyd, thanks.